Howdy folks, Matt here with Gulf Coast Fit. I'm running through a quick barbell complex for 15 rounds. This is a short complex, 3 lifts. It's a power clean, a push press, and a bent over row. And I'm gonna run through that complex 15 times. And in between each round, I'm gonna take up to 5 recovery breaths. So you'll see here in the first few rounds, I might only take 1 recovery breath, but as I fatigue and the fatigue accumulates, then I might go up to 3, 4, 5 breaths. So the goal is to keep it to 5 or less recovery breathing. That way you can work on the skill of recovery breaths and keep a lot of density in this complex workout. So this is for conditioning and power, which or power conditioning, you would say. Which are kind of 2 separate physical attributes, but if you rest just enough, then you can address both physical capacities. So check it out: power clean, push press, bent over row, 15 rounds through. I'm recommending to do this as a 6-week progression, where every single week you add 5 to 10 pounds, and you start out with roughly 50% of what your maximum weight you would be able to do one of these complexes would be. So I've got 95 pounds. I could bust this complex out with 185, 190 pretty well. And so this is about half the weight that I would do a maximum attempt at this complex with. And then each week add 5 to 10 pounds for 6 weeks. So here we go. Let's see how long this takes me as well. One. You notice I received that hang clean in a traditional front rack position. You might also receive it in a press position. So that kind of depends on your shoulder, elbow, and wrist flexibility. I'll probably do a bit of both. One breath. Round 4. This time, I'll receive it in a press position. See the difference? Two breaths. Round 6. Seven. 2 breaths. switch off with how I receive the bar each time. Now I'm up to 3 breaths. Number 9, here we go. Ten. Five more to go. Sticking with 3. Three rounds to go. Last set, best set. There's 15. So that took me 6.5 minutes. Again, it's not purely conditioning. I never went past 3 breaths for recovery, but again, try to keep it to 5 or less. I did talk a bit, I realized that. But it was about 50% conditioning, 50% power work for me. So I think that's a happy medium. So you can get the best of both worlds in a sense. Again, use about half the weight you would be capable of doing for a 1 rep max, approximately. And every week add 5 to 10 pounds. A couple of quick form and technique reminders. When you're doing a clean from the ground and you receive the bar, whether you're receiving it in a press position or a front rack position, make sure you cushion the impact. Reset, then dip and drive into your push press. Second thing, lower the weight down under control. See, I never just went from overhead to letting it drop down and yank my shoulders out of their sockets. So lower the press down, lower the clean down, hinge over, establish the tension, bust out your row, and then your first breath after you set it down is your first recovery breath. So work on that discipline. Have fun with it. See you next time.